Hello, this is Sarah from the Mount Airy branch of the Carroll County Public Library. Thanks for joining me for Digital Collections Bootcamp this afternoon. Today, we are going to be talking about streaming movies and TV shows. CCPL's digital collections are available by hovering over Collections on the homepage and then clicking the link for the collection you are interested in browsing. To get started, we will click eBooks and Digital Content, which is located under the Digital Collections area. From here, you will see a list of available collections. To learn about streaming movies and TV shows, we will be focusing on two collections this afternoon. We will be exploring the collections of Canopy and Hoopla. Canopy is one of the newest digital collections here at CCPL, and we're really excited about it. Through Canopy, you can stream documentaries, movies, educational videos, all kinds of cool stuff. So let's get started. Under eBooks and Digital Collections, we'll scroll down a bit and we'll click the link for Canopy. Once Canopy opens, we need to set up an account with our library card. So make sure you have your library card handy. So we'll get started. We'll hit Add Library Card. First thing you do is you'll type in your library card number and then the PIN or password that is assigned to your library card. So that's the PIN number you use when you access your account online or if you use the self-checks in the branch. If you need a card, you can apply for a card using the link below, and you'll be able to use that temporary card to check out online materials during this closure time. After you enter this initial information, you'll be prompted to put in an email address and you'll set a password for your Canopy account. Once that's all set, you're ready to go. I have Canopy set up already on an account, so let me get started and we'll get in there and let me show you. So here's Canopy. When you first open it up, wow, it's amazing. You can see how much stuff is going on. The way Canopy handles borrowing is they use what are called play credits. CCPL loads you with 8 play credits per month. Each time you watch a video or select a video to stream, that will use up a credit. However, there are some items that you can view without using a credit. You'll see there's a whole selection of credit-free viewing right here, a whole selection of materials, as well as there's a Canopy Kids section, which is kids materials. Kids, and we'll look at Canopy Kids in a little bit. Canopy Kids is always free viewing, as well as the great courses. So I don't know if you've noticed, we've started to get some of the great courses in the branch. The great courses are also available to view here through Canopy. So that's a really cool feature that some options allow you to watch without using a credit. One thing about Canopy is there's so much here, you want to make sure that because you have 8 credits that you're thinking about when you're using them. And those credits are per calendar month. So today, in fact, I'm doing this program on April 30th. I theoretically have 8 credits I can use for the month of April. And then tomorrow, when I hit May 1st, that'll reset my credits. So that's kind of a cool thing. But just remember, those credits are per month. Some of our digital collections have their lending periods at a concurrent basis, like Overdrive, but things like Canopy and Hoopla give you a certain number of checkouts or borrowing credits, play credits like we have here in a month. So let's explore and take a look at Canopy for a bit. So one thing you'll see is that when you see a title, you can hover over that title just for some quick information. To get more information than what you see for the quick snippet, you can just click on the title itself and it'll pull up a more detailed set of information about the title. Running time is there, the year, information about the filmmakers, and then different subjects. And if you find, for instance, if you were interested in other titles that were documentaries about women in society, these subjects down here at the bottom will actually link to other videos that have also been classified at that subject. So if I click here, I'll be able to see other women in society videos that they've grouped together. So that's a pretty cool thing. So, but if I wanted to look up a little bit more about misrepresentation here, I'll just go ahead and click. It'll pull up the information. If I want to at that time, I can click to add it to my watch list. Or I'm like, I've been waiting to see this. It was at Sundance. I would like to borrow it right now and watch it and use one of my credits and play. So I can go ahead and click play. And the video will start. And I can make this a full screen. You can speed up the time if you want to go faster for the playback rate. You can have captions. So right now you'll see it has the English captions on. I can turn those. I can also add Spanish captions, or I can turn the captions off. So that's a pretty cool thing. I'm going to pause really quick right here. So once I've started watching a video, I have 72 hours to watch it as many times as I'd like before it automatically returns. So you say, okay, Sarah, you start watching this, but then you have to stop and you want to look at other options and come back to it later. How would you do that? Okay, so if I go to my name, I can go to my dashboard, and my dashboard will show me sort of what's going on. If I go to viewing history, under viewing history, I'll be able to see that I can click continue to continue watching misrepresentation where I left off. It'll tell me the last time I viewed it and when this title expires. So viewing history is a great way to see what you've checked out, and it's how you get back to the items that you've checked out. But remember, you have 3 days and you can watch the video as many times as you want in 3 days. If you wanted to watch it again past 3 days, it would simply just use another credit. So 1 credit enables you 72 hours viewing for a video. So because we do have the limit on the number of play credits, we do suggest that you use your watch list to select items that you're interested in. Keep a tally, keep a queue of those so that when you're ready to watch them, you can go right to your watch list and pull them up and watch them from there. See, right now I don't have anything added to my watch list, but if I wanted to, I can go back to the main Canopy screen and say I was interested in barista. I would click my list and it would add it to my watch list. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is as you see things you like, add them to your watch list as you go, and then that's a great way to find them again so you don't forget what you saw. Another really cool thing that Canopy offers is what's called Canopy Kids. Let me go ahead and click on Canopy Kids. Canopy Kids is always credit-free viewing. So we're going to go ahead and say start watching. This is always credit-free. So you'll see they've added Sesame Street on here. There's a lot of PBS. There's different story time options. There's movies. Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. Mo Willems, always a favorite. So there's a lot of things that you can watch here. There's even science and math videos here on Canopy Kids. If your kids are using your account to watch videos and you want to make sure that they stay in Canopy Kids, if you hover over your name, you can set parental controls. And those parental controls make sure that the kids stay in Canopy Kids. Canopy Kids is a curated collection meant for kids 12 and under. So if you do set the parental controls, what you do is you turn it on and you set a PIN. And that PIN number will be required to be entered if you want to exit out of Canopy Kids. So if I set my PIN number and then somebody who's 5 or 6 watches, in order for them to leave Canopy Kids selections of materials, the PIN number would have to be entered. So that's one way that you can add a little bit of control and make sure that the kids are watching, what you're deeming appropriate. Anyway, we'll head back to Canopy Kids, and like I said, this is always credit-free viewing, so it's definitely worth taking a look. And here I'm going to exit Canopy Kids. So if I had that parental control password set, it would require me to enter the password before I could leave. Another collection I mentioned that is always credit-free viewing are the great courses. So how I search for them is I usually just start typing in the great courses, and you'll see under suppliers here, I have the great courses. And this pulls up a really nice page of all the different great courses videos I can do. And right now, if you're looking to flex your artistic muscle, there's how to draw, rediscovering the art of cooking, information about dog training. So there's all kinds of different information here in the great courses, a lot of humanities courses and fine arts related courses as well. So that's one way to find the great courses. The browse function here in Canopy is really nice. You can browse by different subjects. So it's a really nice feature. We'll go ahead and hit home and go back to home. But I think for the most part, that's most of the wrap on Canopy. Later on in this video, I'll show you how to get to the app so you can access Canopy from a smart or mobile device, such as a tablet or a smartphone. There's also the ability to stream Canopy videos on your TV if you have certain kinds of applications like Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire Sticks. And there's later on in this video too, I'll have information as to which services you can use to also stream your videos from Canopy. So that's really cool. You can check them out here online on the web and then watch it on your TV and the full screen. So it's a really flexible and awesome collection, and we hope you enjoy it. So now we'll take a look at Hoopla. Hoopla is also available from this page under ebooks and digital collections. So we'll just scroll down a little bit more. It's under Canopy. And here we'll see the banner for Hoopla. We can go ahead and click Hoopla, open that up. The first time you use Hoopla, you'll have to set up an account. That account will reference back your library card and PIN number. So make sure you have those handy. I do have an account, but let me pretend that I don't. And we'll go ahead and sign up. I'm not actually going to save this account, but we'll do a sample. So the first thing you'll do is enter your email address. This is totally made up email, and a password, and click agree. I don't want to save that. The next thing I'll be prompted to do is select my library. So if you have location access enabled, this is nice. It will automatically come up and say, hey, your library must be Carroll County Public Library. I click to select that, and then I'll click next. And then here's where I would enter my library card and PIN number. If you don't have a library card, right now you can apply for a card online, and you can use the temporary cards to access our online materials. Since the library is closed for the closure, you are able to use those temporary library cards right now to access online materials. So, and then I would go ahead and click sign up. I do have an account, so let's go ahead and pull up my account. And here we are at my account on the main page here of Hoopla. So Hoopla right now enables you to borrow 8 titles during the calendar month. Typically, our borrows are set to 6 borrows per month. However, during the temporary library closure, we are able to expand that, and we're now able to borrow 8 titles per month. So just like what we discussed with Canopy, the number of items you can have out is on a monthly basis. So I'm doing this program on the last day of April. I don't have anything checked out right now. You can see that I can borrow 8 more titles. I could check out all 8 of those titles today, and tomorrow on May 1st, that would reset, and I would have access to 8 more titles. So those are just a few things to keep in mind. There is no waiting and no hold, so that's a nice advantage. We are going to be talking about the movies and TV shows aspect of Hoopla today, but as you'll see, Hoopla has audiobooks, music, graphic novels, in addition to the streaming movies and TV that we will be talking about. So just keep that in mind as you go. There's a lot of different types of materials you can check out through Hoopla, so that's a pretty cool thing. Movies and TV shows, they lend for 3 days. So in Hoopla, depending on the type of material you have checked out, there are different lending periods. Just as an FYI, audiobooks and ebooks, they check out for 21 days, and music checks out for 7 days. But movies and TV shows are available for 3 days once you check them out. So because there is so much here, and it's easy to find something and say, oh, I don't want to forget about that. We do suggest, much like we suggested with Canopy, that you use the watch list, or here it's called the favorites function. And then as you see things that interest you, go ahead and add them to your favorites, and then they'll be easy to come back to later. And you'll see that Hoopla often has some nice collections of materials. If you go to browse, you can browse all different kinds of materials here. You can browse by format, you can browse by rating, you could browse by category, and some of the categories they always have some kind of fun categories, audiobooks to listen to in your lifetime. Right now, there are some bonus borrows, which won't take away a borrow from you. So if you borrowed something from bonus borrows children's favorites, if you borrowed something from here, you wouldn't have any borrows taken away from your 8 borrows per month. So that's a cool thing to keep in mind. So let's take a look at movies and television that we can get through Hoopla. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on movies. Again, here's the different categories. I'm going to go to bonus borrows all movies just to show you some of the titles that are available. There's a whole bunch of different things that are available. Atlantis, the Lost Empire, it's a Lego movie. Let's go back to categories under movies again, and I will try comedy and see what's here, and maybe, we'll pick something. So, oh, Emma. Okay, so that's based on the Jane Austen novel. Let me click here. I'd like to take a little bit more information. I can get information about the cast. Here you can see some of the different categories that the video has been grouped into. So if you find that you like this and you want to see other categories, other titles in that same category, you can click these subjects. If I click the heart here, that will add the title to my favorites. And if I decide I want to borrow, I can click borrow here. It'll tell me it's available for 3 days. And it is available for streaming and downloading only with the app on mobile devices. And am I sure I still want to borrow this title? I go ahead and say yes. It'll remind me how long I've got that, so that's nice. And then if I want, I can play it right here in the browser. So I can click play, and I can watch it right here in the browser. It'll start in just a minute. Let me go ahead and hit stop. I'll hit the X to get out of here. And you'll see now on my main page under currently borrowed, it's showing me what I have borrowed this month. And also, similarly, if I go and I browse television, there's a whole bunch of TV that I can do. British drama is a popular subgenre that we have a lot of people come into the library to get physical DVDs of. Well, there's also a lot of BBC and Acorn shows here on Hoopla that you can check out. So here's a Poirot. So here's season 13. I'll go ahead and click there. The thing to keep in mind with television shows is that each episode of the show counts as one borrow, as one checkout. So what I would do is I'll tend to favorite the entire season, and then I have it handy so I can work my way through the different episodes. And I wait until I've watched one to borrow the next one. So you can really use that favorites to your advantage to make sure you're using your borrows in the most efficient way. And if you see, if I hover over my Hoopla and I click favorites, you'll see the couple things that I have already favorited. And oh, the other day I was in here and I saw that Dexter's Lab is here available on television, so I favorited it. And today I feel like watching it, so I just click on there and then choose the episode I want and click borrow. So it's really pretty cool. Another thing that's nice is Hoopla. I'll go back home so you can see the difference. Hoopla also has a kids mode that you can toggle on and off simply by clicking kids. So now you're in kids mode and all the options and browse of information, like if I browse TV, all the things that come up are going to be kid friendly. Same with movies. If I browse movies, this is all going to be kid friendly movies. So that's a really nice way to toggle that on and off. So I'll go ahead and turn that off for now. You can also, under your settings icon, you can make this account always kids mode by clicking on. And then it'll be set in there too. That's another way to set that as well. And we'll go home. So anything you watch here on Hoopla, you can watch in the browser. There's also an app for mobile devices so that you could watch on a tablet or a smartphone. And you also have the option to stream movies and TV that you've checked out from Hoopla on your TV at home as well. And later on in the presentation, I have some information as to how to get to the Hoopla app, as well as what TV services you can stream Hoopla on. So, things like Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, things like that. There are some options for that. There's also instructional videos in here. So if I go to browse television, one of the biggest things are, here's workouts for women. And here's what we at the library would call instructional videos. You can do some cardio burn, some Bollywood dance workout. That would be kind of fun when you're at home. And again, this is a season. I'm going to favorite it so I don't forget. And then as I'm ready to watch each episode, I'll go ahead and borrow it. And that'll count against my, my 8 titles for the month. And that's Hoopla. There's a lot of stuff on there. Like I said, there's also audiobooks and ebooks. I did a Bootcamp session on that the other day, so you can find that video on our Facebook page as well. Canopy and Hoopla both have apps available in order to watch movies and TV shows on your mobile device. CCPL makes it easy for you to find those apps. From our home page, hover over Collections, and then under the Digital Collections area, click Download Our Apps. Here you'll find a table with information about which app is needed for your specific device. You'll see that you can download Hoopla and Canopy apps for iOS devices, so that would be Apple iPads or Apple iPhones, Android devices, which would include phones and tablets, as well as Kindle Fires. Want to watch Canopy or Hoopla at home? It's easy. There are apps available for Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, Chromecast, and Roku.